Soon changes may be coming to a police retirement law after our 15 Finds Out investigation.
This week we uncovered that the Fort Wayne Police Department has at least 8 officers over the age of 60, which violates its own mandatory retirement code. But at least one city councilman says after 15 Finds Out contacted him, he is working to revise the law. News Channel 15's Adam Widener continues our series of special reports asking if this is too old to patrol.
I've spoken with councilmen, the public safety director, and police unions in Fort Wayne. All agree the law requiring Fort Wayne police officers to retire by 60 needs to be changed. But how it will be revised and its impact on older officers on the department is still up in the air.
When we wrote this law in 1982, we considered it progressive but definitive, that it wasn't going to be changed much. Well, we were wrong.
It's a city law that dates back only to the 1980s, when Win Moses was the mayor of Fort Wayne.
Until you told me about it, Adam, I had no idea there was a mandatory retirement age for police officers.
I was unaware that we have that in the code.
Like most others, Fort Wayne councilmen Tom Smith and Mitch Harper were surprised by the city's mandatory retirement law. It says officers must retire by age 60. 15 Finds Out discovered at least 8 officers in direct violation. Leaders say one is in his 70s, another, Bill Walsh, is in his 80s. Councilman Smith has special interest in the violation since Walsh is a Northeast sergeant in his district.
He's a good example of a police officer who's still doing a very good job, well respected, and, there's no reason for him to leave. I don't know. He may go till he's 90. I don't know. I doubt that. But, boy, I mean, he's in good shape. This idea of a 60-year-old mandatory retirement age is, quite frankly, foolish, and I'll probably talk to Marty Bender and we'll get it repealed.
Public Safety Director Rusty York hopes to change the retirement age to 70 and grandfather in the 2 officers over that age, while the president of Fort Wayne's Fraternal Order of Police wants it changed to 67.
That discrepancy with what is currently on the books and what the practice is needs to be rectified.
Councilman Mitch Harper thinks older officers who still want to be on the force should be reallocated in other public safety roles, but like everyone else, thinks something needs to change.
If an officer can do the job physically, I don't think age is any bar. That's something that the police department has to be equipped to look at seriously today and to have those conversations. If they're avoiding that simply to let the calendar pages turn, perhaps that isn't the best way to approach it either.
Councilman Smith says he's working with FWPD Deputy Chief and Councilman Marty Bender to revise the law. Bender happens to be one of the officers over 60 violating city code, and he declined to be interviewed for the story. We previously reported that Fort Wayne violated state code by having 2 officers over 70, which is the age barrier for the state. A legal expert at Indiana Tech tells me the state retirement code does not apply to FWPD since it was grandfathered into laws set before the state code was created. Regardless, the police department does violate city code, which says officers must retire at 60, and which is the point of this week's series of special reports. So what, if anything, do you think the mandatory retirement law should be? We have a poll currently on Wayne.com where you can weigh in. So far, most of you think FWPD should enforce the current 60-year-old mandatory retirement law. 15 Finds Out will continue to follow any progress on the mandatory retirement changes, and we'll bring you the latest as soon as it becomes available. Live in Studio 15, Adam Widener, News Channel 15.